Archives of Prasar Bharati presents the timeless treasure of golden era.
Hello viewers. Since time immemorial, good sleep has been associated with good health. Early to bed and early to rise makes a man healthy, wealthy and wise is an age-old cliche. Did you know that we spend about 1/3 of our lives sleeping? It's a regular cycle which is required to make us replenished both physically and mentally. That's why a good sleep is called a beauty sleep. But what happens to people if they can't sleep or they have other problems related to sleep? Stay alert and awake to know this in this episode of Mind Watch.
The moon, symbol of silvery dreams, but only a few are blessed with a relaxed sleep. Children may have nightmares, while elders have a hyperactive mind. Sleep is not a slave of the bed one sleeps in, coming to those fortunate enough, anywhere, anytime, propelling them towards a restful oblivion.
There is no such thing as a normal or an average sleep. While some of us require only 6 hours of sleep in the night, others may require 9 hours to feel fresh the next day. What is normal for one may be just inadequate for another. What is more important is the quality of sleep and not the number of hours that one has slept.
As a person grows older, number of hours one sleeps keeps on decreasing. Infants spend nearly 75% of their time in sleep, whereas in adults, normal sleeping hours range from 6 to 8 hours. There is a small group of persons who need longer hours of sleep, and these persons are called long sleepers. They usually require 9 to 12 hours of sleep. There is another group who require lesser number of hours to sleep, to refresh. These persons are called short sleepers. These persons are very active and they sleep for just 4 to 6 hours.
I come here at 5 in the morning. I go back at 9 in the night and sleep for a few hours. If sleep remains insufficient, what can I do? I have to work, no choice.
I go to bed at 9:30 or 9:45 p.m. daily and get up at 2:40 daily. But there is no disturbance as far as my sleep is concerned. I make this deficiency during the course of my day.
Sleep can be studied specially with instruments like EEG or electroencephalogram and other parameters. Sleep is not a continuous phenomenon but has different stages. There is light and deep sleep from stages 1 to 4. These come in different cycles throughout the night and alternate in specific sequences. There is a special sleep in which we dream called REM or dream sleep. All stages are important to feel rested and freshened up the next morning.
Sleep is such an important function that people come forward for help when there is a disturbance of this function. It is so common a problem that many times it is missed as a problem, because all of us go through periods in normal life when we don't sleep well. It could be minor stresses of life, little problems at home, which makes us not sleep for a day or two. But I think this is very normal. Remember the last time you had a difficulty with your spouse, or just after your promotion, or the day before your engagement. All these events can lead to some difficulty in sleep.
Actors, actresses, they suffer from insomnia, or they have very less sleep, or more so my students who come to me to learn acting, since I am running a film acting institute in Bombay. They have this problem is that over the years the competition has become too tough, and struggle is not so difficult as success is. As soon as you get the success, I think you lose the sleep totally.
There are many causes of sleep disturbance, most of them physical or environmental in nature. The person may have no space at all or very little space to sleep. There might be an uncomfortable bed or no bed at all. There might be noise pollution. The person may have chronic physical illness, aches and pains, because of which there is discomfort and not adequate sleep.
Day-to-day stresses of living, when carried over to the bed, lead to sleeplessness. Whatever the reason, as the sleep difficulty increases, so does the anxiety over sleep. As the time progresses, so does the anxiety. Some make it worse by indulging in habits that further interfere with sleep. This can happen to anyone at any time.
Does it mean all of us have a sleep problem? Not exactly so. Unless you have a problem where you are not able to sleep for at least 2 to 3 times in a week for at least a month, or it is interfering with your day-to-day functioning, or you are getting up tired, only then should you consider having a sleep problem.
During my sleep also, all the time I used to be so dreaming. It's like in the morning if I am wake up, I am not fresh. I am still that I am in my dreamlands. I am working somewhere. Whatever the dreams I have seen, I am busy with their dreams and all. So in the morning I used never to be so fresh.
I used to attend the party. The party means they offer drink and then I come late because of drink party going continue late and sleeping late and getting late. The whole day get disturbed and feel body very lazy, tired and always feeling sleepy even in office itself also.
Physical कारण तो बहुत कम है, लेकिन mental.
Physical reasons are few. Mental disturbances are there. There is a constant fear in the unconscious mind. Feelings of insecurity, tensions about children's future. Because of these reasons, I cannot sleep. Physical illnesses are not so disturbing as compared to the psychological reasons.
Sleep is one of the main cardinal symptom in most of the psychological illnesses. It may be anxiety, it may be depression, it may be excitement. Normally sleep first get disturbed and many times person is not able to realize what is his problem. He thinks it is a sleeping problem and he likes to search something to get better sleep. He may go to a general practitioner who may give him some medicines only for sleep and his basic disease may be masked.
I was put to a lot of losses as well as number of cases were filed against me. And I was not able to grasp my situation, with the result that I started taking sleeping tablets, which in fact did not help me. On the contrary, it ruined my health and I lost my appetite and resulting in sleeplessness.
Some people may resort to using alcohol, sleeping pills or tranquilizers on the first sign of any sleep disturbance. Actually, it causes more problems than solving any of the problems. What has been seen is that the disturbance in sleep is due to some other cause, and unless that cause is looked after, the problem will continue. So will the consumption of sleeping pills or alcohol. And sleeping pill consumption or alcohol actually can become subsequently a bigger problem than the one which one started with, which was sleep difficulty. This is Muhammad Yusuf, who got into the habit of taking sleeping pills.
Suppose I don't get sleep, I just sit. If I can't get sleep, I have to take tablets.
Sleep disturbance is a very important manifestation of almost all psychological illness. Let me tell you, sleep disturbance is not an illness, but just a manifestation of other psychological problems.
Some people get disturbed sleep. They go to sleep, after 1 hour, 1.5 hours, they again get up. They go to sleep, it remains disturbed. Many times people are able to sleep early and they get up early morning, what we call early morning rise. So many times according to pattern of the sleep, we are able to even diagnose the disease.
Sleep disorder is perhaps just a manifestation of some underlying or a more deeper emotional problem for which a person needs to take help. Now, apart from that, of course, there are various other common causes which again people don't recognize. For example, changes in shifts of work, which is perhaps one of the commonest reasons for sleep disturbances, or say, for example, travel, especially jet travel, which is becoming so common these days, travel across continents, traveling across time zones. These are again very common causes of sleep disturbances.
क्या बात है सर?
जी सर,
हो रहा है?
शादी में गया था जी, लाने में लेट हो गया जी, कल इस गलती।
मेरे को समझ में नहीं आता है, इधर इतना मशीन, इतनी आवाज़ चल रहा है, कैसा नींद आ गया आपको? हाँ, इसका मतलब ज़रूरी कोई तकलीफ़ है आपका? अगर नींद आता है तो हमें बता दीजिए और आप छुट्टी लेके जा सकता है, कोई और आपका काम संभाल लेगा। हाँ, हम कोई नुकसान नहीं पहुंचाना चाहते हैं आपको। लापरवाही से कोई काम करेगा, इधर आपका कोई चोट लग जाएगा। ठीक है, अभी जाओ आप, किसी और आपका काम संभाल लेगा, आराम करो अभी। हाँ
सर, मैं 8 घंटा की ड्यूटी करता हूँ।
I have an 8-hour duty. When I work during the day, I sleep at night, and when I work in the night, I sleep during the day. If I can't sleep during the day, I find it difficult to work at the machine. What if I hurt myself? So I take leave if I have not slept properly.
Running a manufacturing unit, it becomes very important to ensure that accidents do not occur while at work. In my company, we ensure that people who come for work have had a good night's sleep and have a positive attitude towards the work. The shift supervisors are advised, and regularly we talk to them and keep finding out as to how their shifts are functioning. We ensure that workers, when they join up for work, are free of any kind of tension and have had a good night's sleep. It's important both for the man that he doesn't suffer damage while at work, and also it's good for the morale of the rest of the workforce that such incidents don't occur.
Now, it's also possible that people who are going on shifts, for instance, go on weeks sleep during daytime, and then they have to switch over to a night sleep. Initially, when they go into shift duties, the first few months, they have difficulties in coping and adjusting. But within 3 months, the body biorhythm adjusts itself, and they are able to manage the sleep. But there are individuals who are not able to cope up with this change, and they develop some problems which could be emotional, which they come forward to either medical practitioners or mental health workers for help.
The importance of regular and sufficient sleep cannot be ignored. If person takes no sleep or insufficient sleep, this can lead to very serious consequences, which is technically called sleep deprivation.
I really value my sleep. In fact, I love my 9 hours every day. And once I made the mistake of not getting more than 2 hours every day. Now, how did that happen? The film industry was going on a strike. In precisely 6 days before the strike was going to be called on, we had to finish work. I had this mad work schedule of working for 3 films every day. I was running from studio to studio. I didn't come home for 6 days, and at the end of it, I had body ache, a dizzy head, no appetite, feeling listless, feeling terrible, and it took me a full 2 weeks to recover, and thank God for the strike. That's what gave me time to recover. But then I realized when I didn't get sleep, how much sleep means to each one of us. And in my case, it was because of too little time, too many commitments, and absolute ill planning. For anybody else, lack of sleep could be due to n number of reasons, but a lot of it could be self-inflicted. And the biggest favor each one of us can do ourselves is trying to find a healthy way of getting sleep.
Before one reaches that high level of understanding to regulate one's bodily functions, the film line, like any other competitive industry, may take its toll on newcomers.
There could be so many reasons because of which I could lose my sleep. As I am in film industry, there are lots of tensions, frustrations and problems relating to my business and otherwise. as I am away from my family. I have to look after myself. And lack of sleep can be a major problem for me. Reason being, I have to get up at my own. I have to maintain my face, my physique, everything. Everything depends on my sleep.
It is not only work. Sometimes, people intensely do not sleep in the night. They like to enjoy more, late night parties, late night going somewhere. And let's say nowadays with the TV cable boom, people like to see late night movies, and sleep can be deprived. There can be some other demanding things, like there can be some tensions and he is not able to sleep. So it can be either a work duties which can lead to this sort of thing, it can be his own interest that he doesn't like to sleep, or it can be some sort of a disease process which can lead to that.
Sleep can be a primary problem if a person is not able to sleep for days on together, and he gets up not refreshed, he is so uncomfortable, he is not able to get started with his day's work, and it comes in the way of his efficiency at work, and he becomes irritable, and then the other manifestations of deprivation of sleep starts.
It can lead to a lot of symptoms in him, and the basic symptom will be, you see, his concentration and attention will be lesser. He will not able to do the work what he can do normally in a right way. He will get more irritable, and he may start showing certain symptoms which normally he does not show if he sleeps normally.
Physically, it could be aches and pains, all over, neck aches, pain in the neck, headache, could be disinterest in things, lack of appetite, and things like that.
Beside the problem of reduced sleep, there are other people who may have increased sleep, or what is called as hypersomnias. Hypersomnias may be because of a person not having slept well in the night and having daytime sleepiness. A lot of times there is another problem which is called as narcolepsy or sleep seizures, where the person has an uncontrollable attack of sleep anytime, anywhere.
Apart from that, of course, for example, there are other kinds of problems of excessive sleep during the day, which may be because of some other neurological problem that a person has, because of which he suddenly drops off and he has this sudden attacks of excessive sleep during the day. Or it could be because, people, for example, who are snoring and who have an inadequate supply of oxygen to the brain at night, and as a result of which they feel drowsy during the day and they fall asleep during the day at work.
Some of these conditions can get precipitated with alcohol, drugs, depression, or disturbed sleep in the night. A lot of times people who have prolonged physical illnesses or people who have respiratory infections may not be able to sleep well in the night and have excessive daytime sleep.
One has to be careful if such attacks are coming. It may be dangerous to oneself or to others, or may cause serious disruption of work. It needs immediate correction depending on the cause, or it may worsen over a period of time.
An intriguing and spooky phenomena seen mostly in children is the phenomena of sleepwalking and sleep talking. This is seen at any time of the night, and the child may wake up and start walking. To an onlooker, this can look like a very, very scary sight.
Sleepwalking is usually associated with some emotional problems. Maybe the child is disturbed because of the parental behavior, maybe disturbance while he is associating or while he is dealing with his younger brother or elder sister. So all these emotional problems may lead to child sleepwalking. Usually children may not remember that they had been walking during the sleep. If the child remembers, then the best thing by the parents to say is that the child should be assured, the child should be questioned, that they should look into the emotional problems of the child, that is to say, what are the things that is bothering, what were the things about which the child was earlier happy and now he is unhappy. When the parents start looking into the child's behavior, they would find that the child has definitely undergone some amount of stress, trauma, some problem which the child is not able to handle.
This is due to a change in the arousal level and the activity level of the child. Sometimes this can be precipitated by emotional disturbances.
The best thing is that the child should be held gently, he should be put back to his bed, he should be cared, he should be given love and affection.
There are many ways by which one can handle one's sleep better. If you have a sleep problem, the first step is to try and find out why there is sleep problem. This may also require medical and psychological consultation. Subsequently, if there is no specific medical or psychological disorder, then one needs to ensure that there is what is called as good sleep hygiene to get better sleep.
Because often people think that taking medication is really only the solution to get good sleep. But actually there are some very simple things that one can do oneself to improve the quality of one's sleep. For example, you go to sleep at a particular time and wake up at a particular time.
Or if you are able to relax by playing a game or practicing yoga or listening to some good music, we switch off from the stress and we are able to get back to normal sleeping patterns.
The other simple things that one can do is, of course, make sure that you don't eat a very heavy meal very late at night, and especially a very spicy meal, because that itself will interfere with your sleep. Don't exercise too late at night, because if you want to exercise early in the evening so that you are sufficiently tired and your body rhythm is such that you can fall asleep early. One simple thing is to avoid taking things like coffee, tea and beverages like that late in the evening. Other thing is to, of course, use your bedroom, for the purposes of sleeping. Often one tends to read in bed or watch television in bed, and which often is a problem, because then you associate, your bed not with sleep, but with actually staying awake. And therefore, that again interferes with the quality of sleep you have.
Most people would take recourse in methods like alcohol, sleeping tablets, which are not a cure but actually make matters worse. It would be a more sensible idea, according to me, and I guess for a healthy life, to get it as part of a day-to-day regimen of a complete, fulfilled, healthy existence.
Don't lose any more sleep over your sleep problems. Sleep is a gift of nature to us, and we should be receptive enough to be able to receive it. Psychologically, sleep is a retreat from day-to-day stresses. So sleep well and start afresh.
Silent in your tears, wasted in your years. When you cry alone. Recourse to fantasy, living with insanity. Another night beside the phone. Put your mind, feel the pain. Seek your meaning by my watch. Cage the war within. In the bin, curl up with your memories, togetherness and harmony. Put your mind